Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Arena Hacks. My name is Kyle Wagner. Today I'm showing off a deck I built a long time ago, actually. It's very not budget friendly, which is why it's taken me so long to share it on my channel. But it's a deck that I've found is often very effective. Lately, and a little bit in this video, you'll see I do struggle with it a little bit, just the mechanics that it's supposed to work on with these spells up here and everything. It's just that you're getting all of the cards, too many of one cards, not enough of other cards, and it was going on like that. But I find most of the time this deck is just really awesome. It takes a lot of classics from Zendikar and Ikoria and mixes them all together and creates a really neat, very powerful deck. Multiple win cons in this deck, so I've always had fun playing it with it. I did look into Kaldheim cards to see what kind of cards I could fit into it, but the deck mechanics works on mutate from Ikoria and landfall from Zendikar, so there really wasn't anything from Kaldheim that fit in this deck properly. One thing I was thinking of is here with the Heartless Act is to swap out the Heartless Act with a what's the Kaldheim black one? It's the what's it called? Poison the Cup, something like that. Yeah, Poison the Cup, and what was I saying? Yeah, swap the Poison the Cup out with Heartless Act because it can be, if you foretell it, you can then cast it for only 2 mana, and it's basically like a murder then. It just destroy any creature. Target creature, destroy. So pretty powerful, and it doesn't care about counters. And you'll actually see, there is a game in the video where I think counters do get in our way a little bit from Heartless Act being as effective. So Poison a Cup in those situations probably would have actually been a better card to have in this deck. But other than that, I couldn't really work into any Kaldheim in here. Like I said, it is an older deck that I created a while ago. So let's just do a quick overview and get to it. So as I've already mentioned, it's landfall and mutate. So what I started with is what do I think the 3 best mutate are? And when it comes to these 3, okay, granted, there's a lot of great mutate cards, so these are they're not the best mutates maybe, and maybe even in my opinion they're not the 3 best. But when it comes to green, I had to try to settle on 2 colors and maybe splash another one, which is what I did here, as you can see. But like, I didn't want to make a really complicated deck with multiple colors. There is like triple colored mutators out there, double colored mutators out there. Actually, I do believe I did do a deck all about mutators with Ikoria. So yeah, you can check that out. It's actually really cool, but what was I going to say about it? It has like double colored mutators in it, or at least one. Or no, it has a few. Whatever, that's a different deck. I got to get back to this one. But yeah, here's our 3 mutators. Arguably, I would consider them the 3 best mono green mutators in Ikoria. Let's be specific. Mono green, arguably the best. This one's even just a common. This is where most of our budget actually comes in this deck. Everything else is like rare, well, except the removal. But yeah, the uncommon Auspicious Starrix, which is just super killer in mutate, as I've said before. Migratory Greathorn, great for mana ramp, mutate triggers. Gemrazer, I've in that video, check it out. I've talked about Gemrazer and just how great it is to destroy enchantments. We do that in the game, and artifacts. We actually destroy an artifact in one of the games, and it really helps us out. Felidar Retreat. That's just here's our 3 best. Landfall, and again, you could arguably, but they're just more on color. Even Felidar wasn't on color. It took me a little while to decide, like, Felidar is just too good to not include with the 3 best landfalls. So like, let's try to stick mostly green, and then I go with the one just splash into Felidar. What I was struggling with though, having from Lotus Cobra all the way down to Auspicious Starrix, right? And the great thing about mutate and landfall, I'm just going to side off here, is that you mutate on top of the Scute Swarm, and it's just ridiculous, as you'll see. And that was a classic combo that people did a lot of. They built decks around it when Zendikar first came out. But this deck isn't about that, just winning that way. People build decks just to really mutate on top of this and just explode with like a bunch of copies of Migratory Greathorn or copies of Auspicious Starrix, a whole bunch of 6/6s all over the place. It gets ridiculous. This deck isn't necessarily to win that way. I find it often does win that way because people always seem to blow up our other ways of winning. But it's like, that's the thing about this deck. There's like just so many win cons. Like this is a win con. Mutating a whole bunch with an Auspicious Starrix and reaching into your library and throwing stuff out. It's an uncommon card, but it's a win con. It can be a win con sometimes if you mutate enough, right? Felidar Retreat I mentioned was a win con. Scute Swarm is a win con. Like we've got multiple ways of win cons, multiple ways of getting it. Starrix, you're bringing more permanents onto the battlefield. All these win cons are permanents. So you're just splashing Felidars and Scute Swarms out like crazy. It gets nuts sometimes. But what I was struggling with is this is not very low end. There's no early game. What am I going to do for the first like 2-3 turns? I can't expect to get just 4 Lotus Cobras all the time, right? So I get a little frustrated how it's like I saw like 1 or 2 of these guys and I'm like, where's the other ones? I have creatures that are relatively low. Where are they? But other than that, I'm like, what do I do for my early game? So I'm like, let's just throw in a bunch of cheap black removal, spot removal. This was a careful one again. In other videos I talked about Feed the Swarm, so you can hit enchantments and creatures with it. Really makes it powerful. Watch that life that you have to pay for it. It can nip you in the butt if you're not careful with it. And I do discuss that in the gameplay. Bloodchief's Thirst, great early game, great late game. Early game, it hits those cheap creatures off for only 1 black mana. Late game, you make it 4 mana, and it's like, and you're taking down big stuff now. So it's very versatile and like just awesome. Same with Heartless Act, you can take down big stuff that doesn't have any counters on it, or just play it as a combat trick by reducing opponents on or counters on an opponent's creatures. Yeah. And that's the deck. Let's take a look at the lands. One white for the Felidar Retreat because I do have the Migratory Greathorns to get basic lands. I also have all Fabled Passages and Evolving Wilds to help get basic lands. Those are also both basically more to help with the landfall. You play a land, you sack it, get another land. You're getting a double landfall trigger for 1 land. So they're all 2-for-1s, the Evolvings and the Fabled Passages. So that's why I made sure I had at least 1 plains in here. If I've got Greathorns, Evolving Wilds, Passages, and like I didn't have a plains in here, that would be, and I need a white for a Felidar, I'd be so crying. Like I need a basic land of white so I can get with Migratory Greathorn. The risk of only having 1 is it can get milled out by mill players or just destroyed by those very rare spells, but some do play them that do destroy lands. But yeah, so then we got a good split between the black and green mana here because those are our main 2 colors. This helps balance our main 2 colors. This helps, I just reduced forests and then added Branchloft Pathways to help with the white. And then I think, did I do the same? Oh no, I didn't. I was gonna say, did I just do the same with black-white? But I don't have a single copy of those lands and I just don't want to use their wild cards on them because they're lands, that's why I don't have them. But I have one Indatha Triome, which adds any one of the 3 we need, so that's a very handy land to have in here. And it can also cycle if you're good for lands and you really don't want it. But often we are looking for landfall triggers, so we're just going to play it tapped because we get the landfall triggers. Whoops, oh well. I can get the, I'll get that back later. Evolving Wilds and Fabled Passage already mentioned. So that's the deck. Let's just get to some gameplay and we'll see how that goes. Lots of ramps and early game spells. I'm wondering if I want to save the Evolving Wilds to get lots of mana out of this guy. And I think that's what I'm doing. I just kind of play it. I just didn't want to hold up too long for the opponent. It's such a silly decision to take so long on the first turn. Why is he on the play again? Have I been on the play yet today? I don't think I have. Yep, I guess stick with the plan. And he's running shrines. That's gonna suck. Although, ooh, that is good. Oh, too many of the same thing, dang it. I'm just thinking here. I'm doing some math. I think this will work. We go like this. It's kind of funny. It doesn't really matter what color. Green. Over top. We get to fish a land. What do we want for color? I guess we go black. Green doesn't matter too much. Sack this again. Sack this. Get, I guess, another black. Use this for another green. Lotus Cobra. That is some value, my friends. What was that? Third turn? Third turn. Yes, that was the third turn. We're a land ahead, actually. Because that would have been his fourth turn, or their fourth turn. They have 4 lands, we have 4 lands. So what do we want this on for color? I guess it doesn't really matter. Black, green, let's go green. Oh man, does it even really matter what colors I'm getting right now? Here. I don't know, whatever. I should mutate this, but I should actually play this guy first. Yeah, let's play this guy first. Because I want to mutate this on... No, let's not get greedy. Let's go on this guy so we can get the land. Man, I wanted so bad to go on that Scute Swarm, but that's just too greedy. Hit up his shrine. Let's grab a white, just because. I think we do get a Scute Swarm copy. So we're in a little better position now for stuff. I guess because we have the mana. Because of the Cobras. Let's just do it. I'm a little worried we're playing out too much of our hand though, and then he might just board wipe us. It's a shrine deck too, so they have a lot of... They rely on enchantment. He doesn't have it, and he scoops because we're just too powerful too quickly. Yeah, because... Yeah. Every land from this point on, we hit his shrine that was gaining him life, yeah. And he just probably didn't have the answer. Right on. That's a little better. Some early removal into some later stuff. Hopefully I get a creature to mutate these onto. We have time with removal though, so let's see what we get. On the play this time. I gotta remember when I'm deciding to mulligan, I gotta remember to pay attention. It says right up here, if you go first or draw first. So do we want to hit that speaker? Yeah, let's hit it with this, Bloodchiefs. 1 mana, get rid of the speaker right away. No life gain for you, no nothing. This is how this deck is supposed to work. Look at all this removal right off the bat. Because we got like sluggish cards, so we can just keep picking off his stuff. As long as we better get lands. Okay, I was gonna say, or a cheaper creature in which we can play first and then mutate, because then we need another land in order to play hardcast any of these mutators here. Oh, that's not good. Indestructible. Yeah, I really can't get rid of that. If I go to destroy it, he can tap this, gain a life. Oh, I should have played it when Heliod was on the stack. Because he can tap this, gain a life, and then put a counter on it. Well, let's try it, see what happens. Let's go for the Soul Mender. What does he do? He probably is going to do what I just mentioned. He's doing it. And it has no effect. Kind of what I figured would happen. But I just wanted to... Although I can feed the Swarm, which do I want to get rid of though? He's got All Seed with both of these guys. He can just tap this guy to gain life. This guy's got lifelink, but it gives his other stuff protection. Yeah, I think our hand was just way too sluggish this game, and we just do not have a good answer. Dang it. Let's just hard cast this guy for now. Cross the fingers. This is bad luck on this one. Our hand was way too sluggish. It's like when we get a Lotus Cobra, we get like all the Lotus Cobras. And it's like, okay, yeah, like 2 of them gets a little out of control with how much extra mana they produce. But like any more than that is just like, holy jeebus. Just okay, okay. Feed the Swarm I'd like to use. I have an idea. We're going to mutate this guy here. We're going to go under. Under is over here all the time. Over is over here. I just lifted my fingers off the mouse buttons. Here we go. Well, under is what we want. Absolutely do not want to go over because we want that to be a power toughness. Let's target this thing because that's indestructible. He's going to have to tap to save it. What color of mana do we want? Really don't matter. Let's grab black. So what's he doing? He's going to tap the Soul Mender to protect it, or he's sacrificing it to give that protection. Cool. Protection from green. It's not shabby. Oh no! Okay, good. I was like, no, I didn't mean to do that. I guess we're going to have to end our turn. That sucks. But like I said, we haven't really had a good draw this game. It's either none of our Lotus Cobras or all of them. There is no in between. Creatures don't cause... Okay, I don't think I have ETBs. That shuts down ETBs, and yeah, like I said, I don't think I got them. Attacks me for 5. Let's see. Okay. We have an interesting choice here. I can play Scute Swarm and then mutate the Migratory Greathorn. That's ETBs, so yeah. Creatures entering at ETBs too. So mutate still works. And landfall still works. I think instead of trying to destroy stuff, because he's just going to tap... Oh no, wait, this isn't a... I'm still thinking this is a freaking... What's that spell we used before that didn't work? Keep forgetting its name. I don't have time for that right now. But yeah, he won't necessarily be able to give protection. But he's going to pump stuff up with that. Oh, what do I do? Let's try to swarm. Let's go for trying to swarm. And then maybe we can feed the swarm. Trying to swarm with the Scute Swarm, and then we feed the swarm later. Yes, we definitely want over, because we want... Grab a land. Do we have white? We do have white. Where's all our forest? I feel like I should have more forest in here than that. So we get a copy of our stuff. We do have a blocker for the flying. He's these into the 3. Double strike. No. Hold off for now. I accidentally hit a stop here somehow, somewhere, at some point. Whoopsie. But yeah, alright, so he's building up his stuff. I don't like the double strike. That's kind of nasty. Feed the swarm. He's not attacking with flying. We'll take this one more time, and then we'll have to start really blocking to watch it because our life total's getting nasty. Oh, speaking of nasty, do we have the mana for it? And we have enough mana for Feed the Swarm too. Oh no, we won't. Never mind. Never mind, but we're still doing it. And we are going to get a copy because we do get to grab a land. We got 2 Greathorns and a couple Starrixes and another Scute Swarm and another land, I think, somewhere there. So now what do we want to shoot down with the Feed the Swarm? We're going to lose life equal to its mana cost. I can block his flying for now with the Gemrazer. Let's go for this guy. That way I only lose 1 life. Ooh, he didn't like that either. That was enough for him to... Really? I honestly didn't think we were going to win. Well, after this, okay, we had a chance then. But up until this point, I thought we were so screwed. Like, we were done. But, yeah, Scute Swarm, man. But I've got Felidar's Retreat in here. I've won with Felidar Retreats in this deck, too. Just mutating Starrix. And now we're doing, like, both Scute Swarm and Starrix mutators. And, oh, man. So, this guy attacking in, we had the reach here to get him. So, I was worried about the life gain. So, I wanted to target it. Its ability doesn't slow us down. We don't actually have any ETBs on our creatures. So, that extra thing doesn't really shut us down at all. But yeah, that made him quit just when I went after his Soul Mender. Because I'm figuring he just tapped that, and then he gets to put counters and stuff because he's gaining life. Tap what? Gain life. So he'll be throwing counters around. He's already building up his double strike creatures, which is scary. Even with the massive creatures I have, the double strike is always scary. So that was, yeah, he had to go. We're only losing 1 life because his converted mana cost is 1. And we really had to watch our life total at this point. So, and that's how this card works. So yeah, I think that was our best choice. And it made him say, I'm out! Cool, cool. Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Scute Swarm with a Mutator and a Felidar. We got this early game if we need to slow him down from something. Hopefully it's not a really aggressive aggro deck. But yeah, I think we'll keep it and give it a try. Alright, so he kind of does not much on first turn. Good for us. Okay. He's not a good guy. I just kind of want to... What kind of creature do I want to play first? I think I'll just pass. I'm thinking, like, this is a sorcery. He can't put one of those counters on anything, right? Okay, so here we go with the poison counters then. So I think I'm going to use this on Finn instead of Cheville, whatever. Holy Death Touch. Yep. What does this do? 2 or less, right? Yeah. Which means I can't play anything else. Yeah. So let's just hit Finn with that. Still play a land, right? Yeah. Let's get a land out then. On white, we have 1 of each of our colors now, so that's always, I always like that. It's always a nice feeling. I don't think I have any double mana costs in this deck, from what I can remember. I think it's all just single greens and single whites, and single blacks. Well, actually, Felidar is the only white, so it is single white, but taxing with a couple things. Now he's got flying. I really need more removal. Yikes. This deck is super high on removal too. So maybe I just play this. Or do I go with a Felidar, a Retreat right now? I can go with this. Shoot. I don't know what I want to do. We have a decent amount of life. He's not putting poison counters on us now. Hopefully he doesn't have a Finn. I say we go with a Retreat here so we can start getting little tokens that we can use to kill his Death Touch and stuff like that. This flying guy is going to gain him some life too. We're going to take a nice chunk of damage here, which is going to suck. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's so bad. That's a good combo with Finn. Yeah. This guy with Finn is brutal. Like I ran some Death Touch decks back in the day around M21 and even earlier in Zendikar. I had this guy and I was running some fun Death Touch decks because you get that drain and gain ability whenever you attack. So, we can do this. Actually, we can go second Felidar and pump up some little creatures. Let's go that way. Okay. So we're gonna create a couple kitties. Then we're gonna sack this. Get what color? Let's go with green. We got another black in hand. Let's go with green. We got white on the field already. We want another kitty. Let's go this way, and then another kitty. And that worked exactly the way I wanted, yes. I wanted the cat to come first, and then +1/+1 counters. So, he puts that little counter on here, so if this dies, he gains 3 life and gets to draw a card. He's probably going to attack with his Death Touch, because he has this whole drain and gain thing. Wow. Nice curve, bud. Literally everything. Wow. Yeah. Not really. I mean, I never stood a chance no matter what. So, like, there was, with that, all those cards he had, and there was no way. Where was all my removal? I have like a heap ton of it in this deck. How much did I see for removal? That's quite sad. Removal is supposed to be the early... I know I only kept a hand with only 1, but still, I had a 3rd turn Scute Swarm. And... yeah, should have drawn more. There's lots of removal, like a ton of removal. That's like all the early game in this deck is removal. All right, here we go. We got a 2nd turn play this time. A Mutator 3rd turn. I like to wait a little bit on Scute Swarm so I can start getting copies of it instead of the insects, but I don't know, maybe well, I'm definitely keeping. We've got our 2 main colors here, untapped lands, and Fabled Passage is just, maybe we get white with it, maybe? Well, there goes Felidar, and, ooh, geez, good mill there, buddy. Man, what is it with opponents getting all the luck? We have 2 of these in our hand. Let's go this one green. We have another one for black. We have a Fabled Passage for whatever we want. We also have Branchloft, or technically Boulderloft, if we want to go with white. Although we're already missing. Which one? How many lands do I have? 4. Auspicious Starrix. It's just too far away. It's too high a mana. It's going to take too long till we get there. This is only 2nd turn too. Man, this guy, like, holy relentless. Like, geez, this is only our 2nd turn. I feel like we are so far behind in this match already. Another stacked opponent hand. Do we even have a chance this game? Like, should I just, like, what does he have here? Geez, that last game was so perfect. I don't know, let's go, I guess, white because we got it. And then this guy. Probably still going to attack in. He's probably fine to trade any of these guys. Maybe not the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Might not be okay to trade that. But what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 5 lands in our hand. 1 damage is fine. Not too. I said we felt like we're far behind. I guess our life total is not that bad. But like, yeah, he's just milled like 3 of some of our really, really awesome cards. Now he's getting more card draw, so that's gonna help them a bunch. What's this? Removal on this guy? Looks like it. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Not really. Wow. This is only 3rd turn. Like, I still feel, though, like he's just constantly killed everything. Like, made us discard cards, made us mill cards. Like, that's why I feel like we're so behind. Our life total's not that bad, but this guy is just doing whatever he wants. He has complete control over the game. Every turn, I'm like, I can't believe this is only the 3rd turn. Like, I feel like he's just gotten to do everything, and we've gotten to do nothing. I can't even kill him with this removal now because he's got counters on it. I guess I have to go untap land, on black, and we're going to have to go into Scute Swarm. Like he doesn't have removal. Like, geez, the way my luck is. Like, just play it. Oh, you're going to play around? Well, there goes the Heartless Act. Wasn't going to help against his Thieves Guild Enforcer. I'm very surprised he didn't actually have removal there. Like, super insanely surprised. Unbelievably surprised. But if I mutate, he wants me to mutate my Migratory. I bet he's got something instant speed that he's going to do. Let's go feed the Swarm on this. I'm only going to lose 1 life. And then we'll Evolving Wilds. That'll be the end of the turn. No doubt he's got removal in there. He's going to make me sacrifice stuff. Here we go. What color do I want to get? Oh, he gets the Evolving Wilds now. I should have sacrificed that earlier, but he's just going to get his land now. It's tapped, whatever. It goes into my graveyard. So that's going to suck for my Fabled Passage. Unless... Doesn't really matter which color I go for right now, I don't think. So I'm going to take another hit for 2 because Scorpion dies, draining game. We just need to take control of this game right now, mainly. This will be 5 lands. And then the Migratory Greathorn will be 6. Go green this time. No. Yeah, because of his, not right now. His Turgid can take that on. Again, what did I see this game for removal? 1? I saw 2, although the Heartless Act was discarded. We were forced to discard it, and it was useless at the time anyways. It'd be fantastic right now. Sacrifices a creature. Okay. You should attack with your Turgid so I can double block and kill it. You want to crack the passage? Let's crack the passage. Why not? He'll get it. He'll do his thing. What do we get? We get black. It doesn't really matter what color we get. So he can interrupt our Fabled Passage with the Fabled Passage he stole from us. Some of these triggers can be... it can be funny the way they work out in the stack. I don't want another white right now. I probably should have grabbed green instead, but... Let's amass a bit of a swarm here of these guys. Oh, that's cool. That's going to help. Over top, we're going to get another land from this trigger. Bunch of stuff on the battlefield. What did we go with? I really should have went with green there. Oh well. Now we're getting copies of Starrix. More lands. Oh wow. Here's the Scute Swarm in action. Dirty stuff. Let's just throw that down and go to combat. No point attacking with that little guy. You can block and kill one of them. So I still have 21 blockers here, 7 6/6s here. Board wipe is about his only thing that's going to do anything right now. And he doesn't have it. Wow. Yes, I get frustrated easy. But man, early game, I guess that's a Turgid deck though too. They are very frustrating and annoying because even my Turgid deck, if you go back on it, if you haven't seen it, it's actually really cool. I do both a budget and a full version of it, just, yeah, full on rares, whatever you want. Yeah, so click that link up there and you can go check it out if you haven't already. It's really cool. But the thing about Turgid decks is, like, yeah, they're all about, it's mono black control. You're making your opponent discard so many cards, you're making your opponent sacrifice so many creatures. It's very frustrating and annoying. And the game before that, like, the perfection the opponent had was just wow. Wow. Like, there's nothing there's no, like, what could I have ever done? Well, no, if I had more of my removal, which I really feel like having like a third of my non-land, 1/3, 33% of my non-land cards are removal. And I'm getting so very few of it. Against the Nameless one. Sure. We've got our Scute Swarm combo here. And we should go for that first. I wanted to save it to get extra triggers, but that's greedy. Way too greedy. So what should I do? I don't know what color I should get with this. Let's take a look at our basic lands. So we have three forests, 3 swamps, and we have in our hand 1 swamp, but no other basic lands. Let's just grab a forest. And then we'll play this and call the turn. Yeah, actually we have nothing to play because it just passed priority for us, so I guess we had nothing to do. Oh, we're on the play this game too. I didn't even realize on my first turn. Oh, I'm on the play. How nice. That's 2 in a row, I think. Wow. Yeah, that is 2 creatures in a row. All right, opponent. That's not what I meant. Nameless one. I didn't mean you play 2 in a row. So do we want to try to hit one of these things? And then go Scute Swarm next turn? Because he's got white, he's got blue. Let's Scute Swarm now. He can attack in with his 1/1s. Hopefully he doesn't play anything redonkulous for 3 mana. He shouldn't. Maybe I should have used removal. He had his mana tapped out, which means he couldn't use his bounty. It costs 1 mana for his ability. So maybe I should have tried to kill something. He still would have used the Savior to protect it, but you have to sacrifice the Savior to do that, so at least we're getting rid of the Savior, and he has no more Selfless Savior protection. Still has Alseid's protection. Alseid? Alseid? Alzaid? Alzad? Well, that's not very nice. Does this not hit? Oh, enchantments, but not artifacts. Ooh, you and your dirty little artifacts. Go this so we can get white on white. Just okay. So let's now go for. Want to hit Alseid? Yeah, Alseid's gaining him life. We don't need kicker. So he's going to sack the Savior to save it. Sack the Savior to save it. And then maybe we'll Heartless Act it afterwards. Or we could Heartless Act it now. Or no, it's going to be indestructible until end of turn. We have to Heartless Act it now. That's a lot to get rid of 1 Alseid. We do have more removal though. I don't know. This is now looking sketchy. Another one? Are you serious? After all that work we did to get rid of your other one? He just follows up with another one. Yeah, I guess this on green. Hard cast this. Just to get something on the field. Let's see. Oh, does he have a counter now? Or if he does. Or he can't put it in a box. It won't fit in the glass casket. Its mana cost is too high, I think. Yeah, 3 or less. Okay. Yeah. So you can't play another glass casket and get rid of... You can play something else, though. Vanishing Light will do it. That snaps it back to my hand. Way to make me waste a turn and get my blockers off the field. Although he's withering away at us very, very slowly. So, oh my god. Where are the Lotus Cobras now? I'm pretty sure I have other 2-drops too. I can't really, maybe I don't. 3 drops? Yeah, like, I have more Scute Swarms. Like, 4 Lotus Cobra, 3 more Scute Swarms. Where's all the lower stuff? Like, holy jeez. We could try to hit his Alseed. Again. This sucks. I don't want to use that. Let's just go this way again. I don't know. Stupid control decks. Play that again, I guess. I don't know. What's he gonna do? Just bounce it back yet again? How many cards does he have? 5. Keep saying he, I should say they. I don't know who. The gender of my opponent. The nameless one. They are nameless. Ooh, that hits artifacts. Yes, it does. He has counter spells, I bet. How much does it cost to mutate? 3. He's got 3 mana available. What? You want to bet he's got a counter spell? So I can play this and then still try to mutate my Gemrazer later. What's on? No, okay, let's just hit this guy. Alright. And then try to hit that glass casket. If I hit his glass casket, I get my Scute Swarm back, and then hopefully if my Scute Swarm stays an entire turn. Okay, so he does that. We're gonna get a land this way too. How many lands are we at? 2, 4, 5. So we're gonna have 6 lands after this too. What color do we got? Swamp. What are our colors that we got? Green, green, black, black, and white. Well, it really doesn't matter. We got pretty evenly spread colors in there. So we get that back. I can't mutate onto it yet, so it's still vulnerable. I'm not going to attack in. I'll hold up for defense and see what Nameless One is going to do. The Nameless One. So he hits that down, no blocks. Gain your life, do 2 damage to me. His mana's tapped out. So I think, ooh, or do we want to go Starrix? Oh, but what kind of spell? He might bounce it back to my hand. There's no guarantee that I'll hit a land and that I'll get a copy of a Starrix. This way it's guaranteeing that I'm getting at least 1 copy. I want to be greedy, I really do, but it's the smarter play. Let's do the smart play. Guaranteed to get at least 1 copy. Swing in with the one that does not have Summoning Sickness, get his life a little bit lower, and play a second Scute Swarm, so I have something else to mutate onto to overwhelm our opponent. Is it gonna happen? What does he got? What do they have? Nameless One. Okay, so they get their stuff out on the battlefield. No attacks, not. Oh! Yes! Alright, I say we mutate. Yeah, this is like insane. Over. We get Starrix copies, we get a land, we get triggers. We get more Scute Swarms, we get more Greathorns, we get a... Oh, those are all land and a Fabled. Do we want to drop? Let's just drop it, do it again. And we won't crack him. There he goes anyways. I kind of figured, yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to crack him, I'm just going to attack with whatever I can. And then after that, let's say, yeah, which would be these 2 guys. Everything else, ooh, no, this guy doesn't. I wouldn't have attacked with him. That would be silly. I attack with these two guys. If they die in combat, who cares, right? And I'd leave him out because like he's just gonna die. What's the point in losing him? I'd have a whole bunch of 1/1s, 6/6s, and 3/4s, like a ton of them, and none of them would have Summoning Sickness. And I have all these Fabled Passages to crack and get more. But if I would have started cracking these, I probably would have broke the server. I've seen videos. I'm sure you guys have found videos of other people who've done that. I've done it myself a few times where you just get this number here for the amount of triggers on the stack just shoots out like crazy. Sorry, there was like a hair dangling in front of my eye there. But yeah, these shoot up like crazy, and then the game just stalls and doesn't do anything, just sits there. You just stare at the screen and nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, you both blow up and it says draw. So that's what happens if you get too many of them. So yeah, in this situation, yeah, you definitely don't crack those. I just wanted to play it to get the last set of triggers, which I don't know if it was done or if he was out before it finished. I don't know, but if that was 15, which looks like it was probably somewhere around the 15 area, or maybe a couple more triggers if it didn't finish. And then that would have been it. And I would have just swung in there, and then next turn I would have swung in with everything. If he played something, I could have cracked these at instant speed to copy everything, right? So that's how that goes. Okay, there it was. So what did you guys think? I think it was a little shaky at first, but yeah, once things got going, I think those last few games, I always felt bad in the beginning, like, oh, I feel like we're gonna lose. Oh, we're taking hits so hard, and then we always came back later on. But that's a good example of how this deck can spiral. I think spiral, what did I say? How this deck can spiral out of control on your opponent. Like I said, the main thing is you really want to be getting a lot of these early game, so you can really hold your defense. You're using basically offensive spells to be defensive, to kill your opponent's creatures, so that they can't attack you, reduce your life total, to really put you on the ropes by the time you start getting your good stuff out and mutating on a Scute Swarm or whatever. Oh my, that's been happening a lot lately. Comment down below if that's been happening to you. Like, just today, but like, I don't know, like that's been, I don't feel like it's me. My internet connection's been good the whole time, so I don't know what's going on here. But I guess on that note, we'll wrap up the video. Hello, we're back again. Connection lost, whatever. On that note, if you like the video, like, share the video, and if you're new, go check out the beginner's guide, as I say in all my videos, because that is just really awesome if you're new to Arena and just getting started. So check all that out, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later. Go make some magic happen.